fun, watch CodesEmpire.
Welcome back to CodesEmpire, my friends. Well, I know a lot of you have been waiting for me to get back into this, and we're going to start getting into it. What I thought I would do in this video is, especially since we're going to be giving away a full set of parts, GPM parts from AsiaTees, just like this, okay? I thought I would show you guys how to put these on. I don't think I've actually ever done a full install video with these actually, so I'm going to do that today and show you how to put them on. So we're going to, of course, I got a full set of matching green ones to put on Hunter. You know, even though we're going to go with a desert camo theme, I thought the green would be kind of cool and match it really nice. So we'll get in on this and I will show you how to put all these parts on. They're real simple, it's real easy. They literally have all the screws you need in it, and you'll get your SCX10 upgraded and ready to rock and roll and be on the trail in no time. So let me pull the top off of this and we'll get everything stripped away, so that way all we've got is the chassis and what we need, and we'll start busting in on it. Okay, so we're just going to use our 2mm, and we're going to first pull this off our knuckles. And when we go to do this, because I'm just going to leave the steering link connected, because I have no reason to pull it all apart, at least not right now. So what we're going to need from this is, of course, our bearings and all of our hardware here, minus our bushings. We don't need those at all. So okay, got everything off. We're just going to kind of fold them up for a minute. Cool little eyeglasses if you want to play. Just having some fun. Okay, now what we'll do, let's go ahead, while we're at it, let's just go ahead and we'll pop our bearings and stuff into these new knuckles real quick. You know, and however, you know, you decide you want to put it together, that's your thing. You know, you've got your way or whatnot, and I've got kind of how I do it. Toss that out of the way. See, there's the cool hardware it comes with, and all your new bushings. Okay, let's pop that open real quick. So what I like to do with these bushings, then it makes it easier to put them together later. I'll just, you know, you can use your finger, whatever. I'll just put a little dab of grease on one side, and you don't have to put all the way around. You can if you want, whatever. And then slip that in there and see what that'll do. See how that is? Holding it in there, so it's not going to fall out later when I'm trying to put the whole thing together on the C-hub and everything. A little bit. And really, this grease, it doesn't do anything for those bushings except for hold them in place. That's all it does. That's it. So if I can give you guys another little tip here, if you have ever had issues with like your bearings falling out of aluminum parts, okay, little tiny trick, something used to use when I did maintenance years ago, is whenever you're putting your bearings into your sleeves or whatever, if you're having issues with them and they just seem like they just want to keep popping out on you, what you can do is on the outside of it or on the inside of your metal piece that it's popping out of, okay, put a little bit of Loctite. Okay, we used to do that with some of the big equipment because you'd get a bearing, the outside housing would sit there and slip and stuff, and you don't want that. Okay, in this application it's not necessarily, but when you're dealing with big bearings it definitely makes a huge difference when you're spinning at high RPMs. Okay, so if you notice that the bearing keeps popping itself out on any of your metal parts, you know, or you're having issues with it, just take it, pull it all apart, clean it up real good on that outside edge along with on the inside, and just put a little bit of, I'm talking a small amount of Loctite. You can use blue or red. You know, red will actually help keep it in place, but it makes it a pain in the butt to pull it out later. But if you use some blue, you'll be able to break it out easier. But you just put a little bit in there and then put it together and let it be. You know, and when I mean a little bit, you put it right on the ring part to prevent from getting any of it to go into your bearings, because you don't want to get it in your bearings. Okay, but it'll help hold the bearing in place. Kind of cool. Anyways, it's just a little tip for you. Okay, so basically we've got everything here. Let's go ahead, let's pull apart our C-hubs off of here now that we've already got on, and then we can slide on our new ones. Here's our old C-hub. Now, so on these new C-hubs, they actually have them labeled right and left, okay, which is really cool. Makes it a little easier. So if you were sitting in the driver's seat and you had to label, you know, left or right, so our L for left will go on the left side. And if you want to match them up, you can see still. You can see how the old one comes off and how that is. Okay, same thing. So we'll just take and we will slide on that new one. Boom, that's on. Now, because of, you know, we still got our old plastic axles, we still need to use our old screws just to hold that in. Okay, so remember, don't, you know, same thing, don't over tighten them, just snug them down just like you had them originally. That way you don't strip out or damage your plastic axles. Okay, cool. Now it's time to slide on one of our knuckles. So because we put that cool grease on them bushings, this will make this job just a little bit easier. Line up your parts and then put that on. Okay, now you gotta have some Loctite, my friends. It's important. Anytime you're dealing with any of this metal stuff, Loctite's necessary. Okay, tell you now, if you don't use it, you'll regret it. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pour out some. Now, you know, you can dab it on your thing or whatever. I just like to pour some on a piece of plastic or whatnot. and dab my actual screws into them. Okay, so we'll get the hardware out here. What I like to do is I just take some of that Loctite. I'll get my, coat the end of my screw like so, and slide her on in and screw it in. And snug that up just so I can get the other side in. Okay, tighten that up. Tighten up that top one. Okay, see, still move really nice. No issues, because those bushings help push that off just enough. And when you snug that down, you're just going to be sitting slick. Oh yeah. Voila. So, give me a minute here, and I'll get the other side done. Well, my friends, we've went ahead and we put all the parts back together, since we got both sides attached now. You can see here, I'll show you right up close. So we put back on our hexes, our hex heads here. Everything's assembled, both sides are ready. Okay. Of course, we used Loctite on them. Now, let's go ahead and put our steering link on. Okay. Now, the thing I love about this steering link is the fact it actually, I mean, it's an exact replica of the stock Axial one that you have. Okay. So, let me show you here. Here's our stock Axial one. See how that is? Okay. Same setup. I'm just gonna sit right there. Here is this GPM aluminum one. Okay. Exactly the same. What to do? And see, we're just gonna slide one bushing, two bushings. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this up the exact same way as the stock. I'm going to attach it right on that same side. Okay, right there. So when you look at the screws, they're all the same. All the same size. So we're just going to take one of them, get her lubed up. I know, you're all thinking it. And screw it in. Snug it up. There you go. That's ready to rock and roll. Okay? So we're good there. You know, and you've got this other side if you want to run it that way. Totally fine. Now, let's grab another screw. Get some Loctite on it. And I like to put mine on the far or most outside hole on the knuckles, just because I like full movement. So I'll snug that one in, tighten her down, and grab one more screw. Same thing. Go to your other side. Sorry about being in the way. check that out, guys. What do you think? Huh? Pretty slick, right? Fully upgraded on the front end. Love it. Now you don't have to worry about snapping or breaking those. Okay. Let me get the rear tires off. It's the same concept on the rear, except for, you know, it's just straight up lockouts. But I'll get the tires tore off here real quick and we'll be right back. 1 second. Okay, so let's bust in the back half and let's get these swapped out. Get our rear lockouts installed. Remember, on these you're going to reuse your stock screws. So it's important to be careful, don't over tighten. Okay, we're just gonna pop that out. Cool, our bearing stayed on there. There's our old lockout. Here's our new lockouts. There they are, guys. And you can look at these. I mean, they match up just like the other. Okay. Beautiful stuff. So all we're gonna do is if your bearing did come out, just go ahead and put it back in there, and then it's simple as pushing this on. That's it. It's on. Take your screw, snug that one, the other side, put it in. See, I always like to back thread it for a second just so I can feel it drop into the original groove. Snug that one. Voila, one lockout on. Okay, I'm gonna quick do this one and we're gonna wrap that up. There it is, my friends. The rear lockouts are done. Pretty nice, right? Add that nice extra bit of strength on the ends there. And then you've got your front end all done up now. Just stunning, just beautiful. Okay, so I know this was a little bit of a lengthy type video, but now you know how to install these awesome upgrades from AsiaTees. Real easy. There's not much to it. So thanks again for watching with CodesEmpire, and remember to give us a thumbs up, my friends. We'll see you guys later. Thanks again. Bye.